Alright, so here we go. So this is going to be a new video series I'm going to do. It's going to be called Tales from the Recliner. As you can see, I'm sitting in my new recliner. So I'll just lean back just to get the intro started. Anyways, this video is also being shot on my new laptop. It's an Asus Republic of Gamers. All the previous videos were shot on an Alienware M14X, which I now no longer own. So sorry if the video quality isn't as great as the Alienware. That's the one knock I will give on this Asus. Its webcam quality isn't the greatest, so I apologize. I'm going to be looking at getting possibly something a lot better to record with in the future, but this will do the job for now. So, I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I keep coming back to this whole point about gun manufacturers releasing the same gun year after year after year. You know, I'm a big fan of, I like dye guns, but geez, like, come on, Youngblood. Stop releasing the same gun over and over and over. Like, okay, you did some good work going from, the old Matrix series, the Brick Tricks that lots of people, loved. I used to own one. I don't own one anymore, but would I buy another one? Sure, they're lots of fun to shoot. And you went from that to the DM4, and the DM4 was a huge step forward. It was lighter, faster, more efficient. It really was worth the money to go from an old style Matrix to a DM series, or obviously the Proto Matrix series, if you weren't as deep pocketed for the DM series as some people were. And from the DM4, I mean, okay, there's been some slight refinements, but once you get up into like the DM8, the DM9, the DM10, there's no point in buying the DM 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, or 17. The gun really hasn't changed much since like the DM 7 or DM8. It's been the same gun, and they keep saying, oh, it's lighter, it's faster. Who cares? At this point, with Fields doing all-day air efficiency is a moot point. It makes no difference. When, your gun is already like a 2.5 pound gun. How much lighter can you possibly make the gun before there is no gun anymore? I mean, I really look at it and I go, okay, so air efficiency is a moot point, like I said. The whole weight factor, it's a moot point. Everyone's using, super light carbon fiber tanks. I mean, I shoot a GOG enemy with a Ninja 5045 on it, and it is ridiculously light. I mean, the thing with paint on it probably weighs sub 4 pounds. I can schlep that thing around the field all day, not be tired. I just look at these guys that, they're whining and complaining about, some of these older guns weighing 3 pounds, and I'm like, come on, lift some weights, boys. Now we're looking into the future, and lots of people are going towards pump guns and everything else, and, I look at some of the pump gun manufacturers, and you know what? That's why I'm a big fan of CCI. I've always found that Phantoms were very light, sometimes a little too light for my taste, but they make a great stock class gun. I personally love a micro Phantom with a dropout changer and a 10-round tube. I did have one. I ended up trading it. Stupid me. I'm going to build another one probably for maybe this summer. I'm not quite sure. Or I might build one over the summer as I'm in school and have that as a stock class running gun. Anyways, I mean, CCI, the Phantom, other than obviously a removable barrel and a couple of other tweaks, really hasn't changed in, what, 25 years? Or even longer than that now. Like, I mean, I've had the unibody Phantom from the 80s, and it shot just as well, and was completely compatible with all the modern parts. I was able to put an undercocking kit on it just because I could, Then I went and I was able to buy, all sorts of Phantom parts, and it was one of those, if it isn't broke, don't fix it. There was no need to refine the concept any further. I mean, yeah, you got to the Phantom Revolution and stuff with, a regulator, but that was a good step forward. That allowed the gun to have more consistency. So it was a functional step. But there's functional, and then there's just, you're doing this solely to appeal to a dynamic that has disposable income and who will go and buy a gun just because it's the brand new, latest and greatest thing on the block, and that's kind of gets at me. I mean, now we're seeing some of the bigger manufacturers that used to be huge and used to put out some great guns gone. You don't see, WDP that produced the Angel series. I mean, I don't know if they're still around in Britain, but I haven't seen an Angel in a long time. you know, that hasn't been used or beat up, but I don't think I've seen a new Angel to go buy somewhere in probably 10 years. I mean, WGP, War Game Products, I mean, it was sad to see them pretty much die. I mean, they got bought out by Key, and then, you know, the trilogies, and I love my trilogy. It's a great gun. They were great, you know. They're great little guns, I will admit. But it's sad to see the demise where you don't see the high-end supercockers you used to. And it's just weird that now, you know, the big push in the speedball world is, well, let's release a new gun every year. It's the same old tired hat. I guess, you know, maybe I'm being, you know, a curmudgeon old man at 32, but I don't know. Ever since I started playing at 18, playing for 14 years, and I've seen, you know, I've seen it where it went from, you know, the guns that were high end were great, and you didn't see a new gun come out every year because the market couldn't support a new gun every year. There weren't too many people going and buying, you know, $2,000 MasterTech Angel Force Flies, or even the A4s or any of that stuff. You know, it was a very small segment. So just a thought that I wanted to put out there that, you know, let's see if we can go back to basics. I mean, let's not have the companies release a gun every year. Or if companies are releasing a gun every year, you know, let's vote with our wallets and let's not go and buy a new gun every year just because. Does your old gun work? You know, does it still have the new modes for the tournament? Can it still run at 10.5 in ramp? Can it still do what you want it to do? Then what is the point of buying a new one other than flash? Anyways, that's my rant for today. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.